Hello again, everyone. This is Game Collector here. Excuse me. This is actually my third take for this. And that would be because the sound has a habit to desync with this. I'm not sure if it'll desync again. I hope not. And I'm actually doing this with Optimus to test for the first portion if it desyncs. So yeah, that's one of his features. Button on the back of his head that makes his mouth plate move. So, this is the 2006 version of MPO1. Looks a lot cleaner than the original. Doesn't have that giant mark over here. He's fully posable. I actually got him for my 18th birthday, too. From Target because it was cheaper than Toys R Us, but because I did that, I lost out on getting the Peter Gullin voice quotes, which will be complete lies on his box. He has individually jointed digits, and his thumb is on a ball joint, which means he can hold things like his ion rifle, or ion blaster, ion cannon, whatever it's called, so we can hold that. Granted, he holds this gun the worst. It causes his wrist to flop inward, so we'll get rid of that. He also comes with Megatron. Excuse me again. In his gun mode. Now, he's missing his stock because the little connection joint here split, so it doesn't attach anymore. Bummer. This is the only gun he holds properly. Pew pew. And you can remove these parts. I'm going to actually pull it out of his hands before I do that because it was really difficult putting the parts back on. There. And just reattach them like so. Almost. There we go. See? And there he is. Optimus also comes with an accessory that's only seen in the first episode of G1. I need this screwdriver because it's a pain to pull these out. Excuse me. That'll fold in there. And, alright, start on this side. And there, his axe, which, rotates like his wrist. And like his wrist, just to show you that it does rotate. Now, because this is the third take, the second one actually wound up sound cut out completely. First one, the entire video was desynced. I hope that does not happen for my sanity's sake, because these were all 23 minutes long. Pardon me if I keep doing that. It's to make sure that the video does not desync. I do these as checkpoints. Okay, now, I have to do the posability for the legs. But first, pull these out. On the first version of MPO1, it would be Starscream and Bumblebee, not Grimlock and Megatron. There's Grimlock. There's Megatron. And the inside of a little comm system is mirrored on both arms. So, those are there. Well, actually, these might want to stay up. Now, he does have double-jointed knees, granted. His entire shin and calf is made out of die-cast metal, so you're not going to be able to get him to pull off any fantastic moves. Now, just because this part is moving doesn't really mean anything. That's just there for effect. All of the joint is inside of the foot, because it's a ball joint. He also has a toe, not that that does anything, and ball joint swivel on the foot to get some, wide leg poses. These little flaps pop open when you push the foot in. They close for vehicle mode. Now, let's see, when you have the skirt lifted up, leg can go all the way out, forward, and back, and, everywhere in between. So, there's that. And now we're going on to, the meat, which is, one of the reasons why this toy has such high acclaim until its predecessor came out, the MP10. It's the Matrix with LED! And that little block that it's in, which has the LED in it, actually died after the first video. And it can be removed. Takes a couple of little tiny, flat cell watch batteries. And I'm going to try to get him to hold the Matrix, although it's going to be really, really poorly. And we'll see if I can get him to open it without him dropping it. And boom, Unicron is dead. And that's about it. This is the first Matrix accessory included with a Prime, technically. Because this really hasn't changed since the original launch of MP01. So I'm going to fold his fists away for now, like so, because we're going to get onto his box, and then onto his stand, and then we're going to put him in vehicle mode. Okay. Did I say box, then stand, then vehicle mode, or stand, then box, then vehicle mode? Whatever, we'll just start with the box. This was done during 06, so Classics was still in vogue at the time, I suppose you could say. 20th anniversary, DVD edition, blah, 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 blah. There's all that stuff. Yeah, try me. That's a big lie. Well, the phrases are true, but it's not the actual, it's not Peter Cullen. Strength 10, Intelligence 10, Speed 8, Endurance 10, Rank 10, Courage 10, Fire Blast Power 8, which is weird, and Skill 10. Highly articulated and posable. Yeah, we kind of covered that already. Die-cast construction, only in the chest and legs. There's the Matrix, we just covered that. Ion Blaster, spring-loaded suspension, which we will cover in his vehicle mode. And Megatron pistol, and the Energon axe. There's nothing on the bottom. Now, let me put this off to the side and grab a stand. You're about to hear some terrible, terrible things.
Autobots, transform and roll out. I want you to make a special run to Autobot City. Megatron must be stopped.
Yeah, that didn't sound like Peter Cullen to me. Because I got the non-Toys R Us version. If you got it from Toys R Us, you'd get the actual clips with Peter Cullen's voice. Yeah. But you'd have to pay more. I got him for $70. If I got him at Toys R Us, he would have been $90. Oops.
All we need is a little Energon and a lot of luck.
Now, the next two sounds are the only ones I find acceptable. Yeah, the original G1 transforming noises. So, now, transform him. I'm actually going to do his legs first, which unfortunately I have to do off camera because his legs are weird that way. And his right leg is actually less cooperative than his left, so I'll just, click it together and go. No, go. Go! I have no idea why his one leg always gives me trouble, and now he's a midget. Or a dwarf, or whatever. So, next step, we're going to get the screwdriver back, and fold his fists to his arms. Oh yeah, and fully extend them outward. That would help, too. And next, going to fold his antenna down. That's also a thing. And finally, rotate that lovely waist joint, which I may or may not have covered. But whatever. Sorry. See, I'm on a deadline, and this video actually has to be up. Well, when you're watching it, it'll be like Friday or Saturday, because that's when I normally post my videos, but I don't normally record them like the day before my standard deadline. So, yeah, normally I record a week in advance, so you just learned something about me. Or a week or 2 weeks in advance. Sometimes 3. There are times where I've recorded a month in advance. This one didn't get that because of things. And here's the little box that the Matrix is in. And it gets folded down. That gets folded sideways. And that little, the little seat goes up after you tuck Prime's head in. And there. That's what it should be like. I don't have the little spike because that was a Japanese exclusive. These fold back down when you fold in the arms. And because this isn't MP10, he's not going to look nearly as good in his vehicle mode. He looks pretty good, but, most people compare it to MP10 and, oh, it looks like a brick on wheels. But when this toy first came out, could you really have complained about that? Really? Given its age... Oh boy, and there's paint chipping off of him because of how many times I've done this now. So, if this video doesn't cut it, I'm going to have to change episode 150 to something else. I'm sorry. because he's not meant to be transformed back and forth like this. Now, down here he has a little trailer hitch thing, which, you know, can just stay in here. Or you can pull it out and have it open, but, you know, it's kind of pointless on the American version because we never actually got the trailer. Bummer. And here he is in his truck mode. He does have the suspension and rubber tires that roll at the front and back, and there's suspension in the front too. And again, like I said, he can roll. Now, before I go, there's one little extra thing I want to put in here, and that would be to, 1, for the camera, and 2, truck and monkey. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do that for a while now. So, this has been episode 150, I hope, and I will see you all next week. Later.